When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow. But can you rock it?
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Boy, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going to run you over. Back. Regular.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 31, check 31. Kill. No, 66. Bang, bang. Rush in.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
Shadow. Hey, Orbit. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Cook running right. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Watch the safety creep. Alert.
Now it's Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
You go tight. You got tight right there. Switch. Hey, 31. Slow. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Check three, check three.
Hey, 66. Hey, Alabama. Ball 50.
Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
We got this.
Sugar.
Here's Grant, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Move. Hey. You got three. Three down. Check.
72. Hey, Delta.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Your trip is here.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Watch the shot.
Brady going to go on 4th down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lonnie Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
Man, pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Good set. 19.
6 man. Check curls.
On the ground, it's Cook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 35-yard line.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
10, 54.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just 26. Me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Set. 19.
Check back 21. Yeah.
24. Hey, 24.
On first down, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Cook slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Watch the whip. I got it. I got it. Hey, check. Mike 21.
They try again with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Of course, this building played host to Super Bowl 51, the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history. Tom Brady and these Patriots came storming back from that 28-6 deficit to shock Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons for yet another Super Bowl title. And now they're back here for this bout. Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. After the interception, here's Watson sliding out of the pocket. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with...
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Go, 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 go. Check, 55 to mine.
Hey, 59.
55 to mine. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
59 to go.
Here's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, as the first half is winding down, and the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Brady. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Regular. Hey, Alabama.
The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Alert.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Watson now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
Wide, get wide.
Watson on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 40. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson looks to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Check. 36. 54. Hayward.
On 1st and 10, Watson letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Mike.
Throwing again is Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
55. Right there. 55. Hey. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Watson. Flushed out right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So, wow, he scrambles right, throws across his body all the way back to the left, but it worked out.
Wouldn't you just love to hear the thought process of the offensive coordinators that play unfolded? And I think a lot of it was no. Nice throw, my man. Nice throw.
I'd also like to hear the quarterback what's going on in his head as that ball leaves his hand.
Oh, please let it get there, because otherwise I'm in big trouble.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Wait, 20.
Get ready.
Hey.
On 3rd down, Grant. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They'll try and throw for it here. And able to find Dorsett. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
There you go.
He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Pats do snap it. It's Brady. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And now off to the races, down the right side. And this will be a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
72.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel, first-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They go back to Grant. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I know you feel that.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
New England on third down. As bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Grant. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Check 50. Check 50.
They will run with Grant. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Hey, check it. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Slam, slam, slam.
Alert.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. To throw is Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Hey, 59. Check right. Watch 55.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back up. Come on, D. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 50 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Win the rep. Let's go right here.
54.
Mike, 55. Trump. 55.
Check right.
Mike, 55. Mike, 55.
Throwing now, Watson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, 20, 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Gostkowski with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
To throw again on second down. Watson, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Switch. Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21. Let's go.
Again, it's Watson. He's going to go up top for the end, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Man left, man left. 3 down.
On third down, Grant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. This offense has gone for it 5 times already. They're now going to go for a 6th fourth down try. One final try now for Brady. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Gostkowski, the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Texans, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New England, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find a